The GORE PROPATEN vascular graft, a combination that transcends mechanical solutions. In order to understand how this combination works, two key questions must be addressed. What is the difference between ionic and covalent bonding? And what is unique about the combination technology in the GORE PROPATEN vascular graft? To understand the difference between ionic and covalent bonding, let's review some basic chemistry. As you probably know, matter is made up of tiny particles called atoms. Atoms in one element react differently with atoms of other elements. A bond is an attractive force between two atoms. Basically, there are two types of chemical bonds, ionic and covalent. Let's look at ionic bonds first. An ionic bond is the attraction between oppositely charged ions. These ions are formed due to the transfer of electrons from one atom to another. Now let's look at this from the perspective of heparin that is ionically bonded to a graft. In an aqueous or a blood flow environment, ionic bonds tend to immediately break apart. It is more favorable for the heparin molecule to be in solution in the bloodstream than it is to be bound to the graft surface. When this occurs, the heparin anticoagulant effect is no longer present on the graft surface. This can lead to the development of thrombosis. On the other hand, a covalent bond is the result of sharing of electrons. Covalent bonds are by far the strongest chemical bonds. When it is bonded in a conventionally covalent manner to a vascular graft, here's how heparin reacts in a blood flow environment. Once again, in an aqueous or a blood flow environment, covalent bonds tend to remain intact and continue to anchor heparin to the surface of the graft. As a result, the heparin remains on the graft surface. Although the heparin is intact, it remains inactive in conventional covalent bonding. This can also lead to the development of thrombosis. So, what is unique about the combination technology of the GORE PROPATEN vascular graft? It's proprietary endpoint covalent bonding rather than conventional covalent bonding, the graft's sustained bioactivity, and heparin that does not elute into the bloodstream. The GORE PROPATEN vascular graft binds the heparin molecules to the luminal surface of the graft. This is done through the use of a proprietary endpoint covalent bonding mechanism. This proprietary bonding process enables a finite amount of heparin to sustain antithrombotic bioactivity on the graft surface for an extended period of time without getting consumed. This unique technology prevents the heparin molecules from eluting or leaching into the bloodstream. The anticoagulant effect is retained. This results in a thromboresistant graft surface. In closing, here's what makes the GORE PROPATEN vascular graft unique. Proprietary endpoint covalent bonding, sustained bioactivity on the graft, and heparin that does not elute from the graft surface. The GORE PROPATEN vascular graft, the combination that lasts.